Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to learn how to make this simple digital clock using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's begin. All right, first, let's create an HTML file, index.html, and let's create HTML snippet. The title would be digital clock. Now let's go for pop-in fonts. Let's go to Google Fonts and get font, get embed font, copy this link, and let's put it above the title. I'm gonna write a comment, pop-ins, and paste the link. Now, let's create a style.css for styling, index.js for our JavaScript code, and then we're going to import the CSS file again above the title, and we should import our JavaScript code using a script tag, and that should be above the body, the closing body tag. So now let's create our first element, which is a div with the class of container. And then inside that container, we're going to create a div, no classes, and a p tag with the ID of hours. Inside that, let's put just 12 as a sample number, and a span with hours. Now let's create another div. Inside that, we're going to create a p tag with the ID of minutes, 30 as a sample number, and span should be minutes. Let's go for another div, a p tag with the ID of seconds, 20 as a sample number, and span seconds. That's it. Let's run the project on the live server. Let me run it on the Google Chrome. So this is how our project looks like. Okay, let's go for styling. This is my default styling for everything: margin 0, padding 0, box sizing, border box, and font family pop-ins for everything. And then let's start with the body. We're gonna give it a display of flex and justify content center, align item center, height 100 view height. As you can see, the project is centered. Everything is centered now. Now let's go for background color. It's gonna be 120 A20, and color is gonna be FFF, which is actually white. Now the container is gonna be a display flex. We're gonna give it a justify content center, align item center, and let's give it a gap of 20 pixels, I think. Very good. And a container div is going to be a display flex. Flex direction is going to be column. And justify content is going to be center, align item center, and the background color of 125 3A. Now, a width of 130 pixels, a height of 130 pixels. Now let's give it a border radius of 10 pixels. I think would be okay. Now let's select the container div and p tags, and let's give it a font size of 40 pixels, and the font weight should be 500. The container div and span should have a font size of 11 pixels, and the letter spacing should be, wait a minute, I think the letter spacing, the text transform should be uppercase, but why doesn't it change? Oh, I think I think I have a typo in container. That's it. Now text transform, uppercase, letter spacing, 1 pixel. Very well. Now let's go for JavaScript code. So first of all, we're going to create a function called update clock. And inside that, we're going to create a variable const now and new date. So it's going to get the current date and get the hours, minutes, and seconds. That's what we're going to do. Const hour is equal to now dot get hours function, and const minutes is equal to, sorry, you have to change hour to hours. Remember that. Hours and minutes is going to be equal to now dot get minutes, and const seconds is going to be equal to now dot get seconds. Now let's update the HTML code document.getElement by ID. So we have the ID of hours here. Remember that. Now let's go for the ID hours, and text content is equal to string. In the parentheses, write hours dot pad start is going to be 2 and put a 0 inside string. This way we don't let our numbers to be single digit. By the number 0 to 9, there's going to be a 0 next to our digit. Now let's create document.getElement by ID minutes. The same process, text content is equal to a string minutes, and .pad start, it should be 2 and 0 inside string. So document.getElement by ID, the next ID is seconds, and text content is equal to string content is equal to string in seconds, and pad start two and 0 inside string. Very good. Now outside of the function, be careful, you should go outside of the function. This is the function, and this is closed. Now outside of the function, we're gonna update the clock every seconds. We use set interval, and inside that we're gonna use update clock function, and we give it a parameter of 1000 milliseconds, which is a second. Call the function once to initialize. That is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna call update clock function. Now, as you can see, this works. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel to support me. Feel free to ask questions, and if you need any specific project you want to learn, write me in comments.